With Ruby's climactic end to Volume 7, there are so many questions left in the air that it can be hard to formulate a theory about what might happen next. There are so many directions the story might go, it can be impossible to create a theory that is backed by facts, logic, or reasonable deduction. However, there are some other questions we can solve by looking at the clues that have been available to us since Volume 1. The events of Volume 7 focused heavily on the Staff of Creation, which means we know where and what 2 of the 4 relics are. But for your consideration, where are the other 2 relics? The 4 gifts to mankind are the relics of knowledge, creation, choice, and power. So far, we have seen the Lamp of Knowledge and the Staff of Creation, but we have yet to see the relic of choice and power, and we don't know which nation holds which relic. At this point, we could make a 50-50 guess and try to figure out where each relic is, but as you know, a guess isn't enough. I would propose that we already know precisely where each relic is, and that there is a catch to finding the relic of choice. In Volume 5, Crow and Lionheart provide us with our first clue, telling us that
the relics are each locked inside a chamber that can only be opened by a specific maiden. Winter for the gift of creation, summer for destruction, fall for choice, and spring for knowledge.
This checks out with Spring, Raven, being close to the Vault of Knowledge, and Winter, Freya, now Penny, being kept around the Vault of Creation. It would stand to reason that with Fall being at Beacon Academy, it's likely that's where the Relic of Choice is. And there's several other ideas to back this up as well. When we see the God of Light giving the relics to Oz, we can see 4 items: a lamp, a staff, a sword, and finally a crown. Given the nature of the relics that are left, destruction and choice, the only logical choice is for the sword to belong to destruction, while the crown belongs to choice. Going back to what Crow said,
fall for choice.
If choice is at Vale, then Fall is the one who would be able to unlock it. This would make sense as it's where Amber's being kept, and where Cinder was placed to attack. There's one more clue that allows us to pin the Relic of Choice at Vale. There's a character who's always been associated with Beacon Academy, one teacher that has never been away from Beacon, even as other professors have left. Not only is Glinda always in Vale, but if we look at her cape, we see a crown on her back. Not only that, but the virus that Cinder uses to infect everything being a queen is a pretty strange taunt to Oz. Unless Salem knows that the crown is at Vale, then the choice would be purposeful. These would be simple enough on their own, and could quickly solve the case of where the relics are, but this leaves a question unanswered. In Volume 4, Salem asks,
reinforce our numbers at Beacon. The relic is there. What are you planning?
If the Relic of Choice is at Beacon, then there would be no problem retrieving the relic, as Cinder could take a quick trip down to Beacon and retrieve the relic for Salem. But we see them having trouble finding the vault, and thus the relic. Thankfully, we have several clues that is not known to Salem. At this point, let's go back to Volume 1, to a line that's always bothered me.
Speaking of which, what did you use as relics this year? Professor Ozpin?
This question and his refusal to answer have always been confusing to me. Also, the students' confusion when they see that they need to get chess pieces to bring back is confusing as well. Further on this point of logic, what's more involving of choice than a game of chess? A game of chess captured in an old temple with 2 pawns, 2 knights, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, a queen, and a king of each color. When Blank and Yang arrive at the temple, we already see that there are 3 pieces missing: 2 black bishops and 1 white pawn. During the next couple of episodes, we see Team Ruby takes the 2 white knights, and Team Juniper takes 2 white rooks. So now we have to ask who took the white pawn and the black bishops. The answer to this is simple, with the only other characters introduced in Volume 1 being our friendly Team Cardinal.
Russell Thrush, Arden Winchester, Dove Bronzewing, Sky Lark. The 4 of you retrieved the black bishop pieces.
We now know where 6 of the 7 missing pieces are, which leaves only 1 white pawn. Why would Oz have students get chess pieces for apparently no reason from a temple where 1 pair is already incomplete? Because everyone, we've already seen the vault for the Relic of Choice, and the only way to get in is to place all the chess pieces on top of each of the pillars in the ruin. This is why the white pawn is already missing. Oz has taken this piece and hid it so that the temple wouldn't be open. With danger looming, Oz takes the safety of the relic to a new level, entrusting the keys to the vault to the new students of Beacon Academy, Team Ruby, Team Juniper, and Team Cardinal. And only when all the pieces are together will the entrance to the Fall Vault open. But that's just something for your consideration.